Couldn't taste worse than the words in my head. Swallow the curse, can't stomach it. What's on your mind? Read it like braille when I touch your skin. What's on your mind? Again.
What's up with which? It's coming from my computer. What? Is it too loud?
Eat me alive. Couldn't taste worse than the words in my head. Swallow the curse, can't stomach it.
Oh, okay. I understand. Okay, 2 minutes until we appear on screen. Oh, my back is killing me. What the fuck is self-care? Did you listen to that album? Oh, I love that song.
I'm just a fly on the wall. I slip and I fall. I drown in your water. You like some party, get wasted.
Black Mirror episode ruined my marriage.
I fight my bags. I lead the dice. I'm gonna roll my clovers. I'm just a kid from Chicago. Wanna be Zach from
It hits hard.
All in my head, lying in bed, laughing at something I said. Thinking about something I shouldn't do. Thinking about you make my stomach weak. Grinding my teeth.
Yeah, you're allowed to.
Then I wake up in a dream.
That's kind of what we thought or envisioned in the beginning, where someone would have like, you know, beats that they can do. Like, oh, you got the music beat. Maybe Tobias had the game beat. I had the comics beat. But we kind of just came in with this sort of like book clubby thing, which I don't know. Yeah, I think let's try to go into different places if we can. All right. Four corners, transition. Did that work? Oh, sweet. And then I gotta unmute us all. Sending.
Unmute us all. Unmute us all. Unmute us all.
Welcome everybody to Nerd Gaze. I'm Kurt Santana, aka Brown Michael Sarah. I am joined with
Hey, I'm Rivka Yecker. That's it.
and to my right,
I'm Tobias Dawes. Hi.
and this is Nerd Gaze. This is your home for nerd ephemera. We like to promote an intersectional discourse when we talk about all the things that make us nerds. And every week we like to support a cause that we think is very important. Tonight's charity is Black Girls Code. This is an organization that helps promote more black girls into the STEM fields, particularly in computer and technological programming. I will be putting a link in the chat for you to donate to. And the clicker up there will allow you to get a little shout out. So stand by for that. While I'm doing that, Rivka, Tobias, how have you been since last episode?
Chilling.
Straight
Watched
shit.
Borat. Watched Borat. Got attacked by Tobias for watching Borat.
You know, I mean, sometimes you just message a friend and you say, "Yo, how the fuck did you watch this?" And that friend replies instead with, "On Amazon, duh." When you really mean it, how do you sit through this movie? Um,
Oh, did you actually mean it? Being like, how did you watch it?
yes.
Wait,
Oh my god. They
that's
really,
so fucking funny.
really messaged me Amazon, and I was like, no, man, I know that part.
Oh yeah, no, I knew that. I knew that. Yeah. Are we? We're
Mhm.
alive, right?
We
Yeah.
are alive.
Oh,
We
cool,
have
cool,
4
cool.
viewers
Yeah,
in the
I just.
house.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, we should just dive right into it. How does that feel?
That sounds great. Borat is a
Fine.
friggin' mess, dude.
All right. So, for everybody who doesn't really understand why we're about to have this discourse, so yeah, Tobias was like, "How the fuck did you watch this?" And then I guess I replied Amazon, which, and then then he was like, "No, what? How did you watch this?" And then he was like, "How did you watch this, but you couldn't watch The Boys?" And my answer to that is that Borat goes into it fully self-aware that it's making fun of all of this shit of like this of conservatism, of like blind conservatism. And then The Boys, you don't know if they're self-aware. And there's people who enjoy, like, this is what Kurt just said, but like there's people who enjoy the violence that is depicted in The Boys, and the violence against like the kind of the grossness of it. It's not satire. Like, Borat is satire, The Boys isn't. Like, it's I'm approaching them from like two totally different perspectives. And like the Boys is like difficult to stomach. And like you said, it gets better. Like you said that, there's
Better.
some
It gets better.
it gets better. But like you said that, like there's payoffs in The Boys, but it just wasn't doing it for me. I know we always come back to The Boys. It's just like this is a hill we'll die on. Because the funniest fucking thing about this is like every time I'm like, fine, I'll watch The Boys. You're like, no, don't worry about it. It's fine. Don't do it.
All right, point has been made. Counterpoint?
I would say that, what you say, you saying that people can enjoy The Boys, being a conservative, I feel that it's the same way with Borat, of where you could be an ignorant fuck and end up enjoying a lot of the stuff in that movie.
Mhm.
And I mean, all of the Jewish jokes just hit me like out of nowhere. I forgot that Borat was like that in the original movie.
Yeah. I mean, Sacha Baron
since it's
Cohen
been
is
so
Jewish,
long.
though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I fully get that. Like, and I mean, and he's allowed to make those jokes. I just mean that, it kind of falls under that thing of, from another point of view, someone else could laugh at those jokes. And
For sure. But the thing
Yeah.
is that he was exposing, like, his whole thing is like, he went to this woman who was making a cake, and he said, "Okay, right, Jews will not replace us." And she wrote it, like, didn't even think twice about it. She wrote,
Mhm.
"Jews will not replace us," and he was like, "Okay, that's fine. Like, you're just gonna do it." And ironically, actually, So I was reading the Wikipedia after, because the whole time me and my roommates were like, there's no fucking way he did this. Like, there's no fucking way he went to Mike Pence like that. Like he showed up to this Mike Pence speech and did what he did. Like, there's no way. But like I was looking it up just to see like how he got away with all this shit. And something I found was that actually what the woman in the synagogue was a Holocaust survivor, and she actually recently died. And so it kind of makes you feel like, oh, that sucks, because he did some weird shit. But I guess what he broke character for her. Like while they were filming, he was like, hey, just so you know, like I'm a Jewish man, like it's okay, I'm just being a dick, basically. And he broke character for her because she was really uncomfortable with what he was doing. So as I was reading, I was like, because I was so like, there's like, he got away with so much shit, and it was fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even know. And like, yeah.
I think people need some context about who Sacha Baron Cohen is and like what happened before Borat. Borat was a character from a series that was on, I believe, HBO called Ollie G.
The Ollie G show, yeah.
The Ollie G show. You got Ollie G, you got Borat, you've got Bruno, which was another Sacha Baron Cohen project. And you know, what is his shtick? His shtick is pretty much like this sort of like prank performance sort of thing, you know, taking the reins from like thousands of different, you know, comedians who try to make this work. Jamie Kennedy, who else tries to do it? Like the
tried to.
Well,
put
Jamie
put
Kennedy experiment.
Jamie Kennedy's
okay.
All right.
Eric Andre.
You've been X'd. Eric Andre. He's doing a lot better job of that, but I don't think it's so much about pranking as it is about like absurdist humor and throwing people really into that sort of realm.
That's true.
But what I think, like, I don't think Borat is really doing any sort of like benefit by giving us this farce. And what you said, like, it's liberal comedy, right? I mean, it's like, it's not teaching me anything. And I think like the people that it's making fun of are very much laughing at themselves and kind of just like, oh yeah, that's us to a T. You know,
because they understood like that he was making fun of them, and they were like, yeah, make fun of us. Like, I mean, and that's kind of that's the liberal part of it, is like he's not exposing anything. Like, this is, I mean, maybe to some people he's exposing like what people are like, and maybe they're not realizing how bad it actually is. But like there was one point where he was talking about like his daughter being in a cage to like this American guy, or like how can I get a cage for my daughter, and like that was
not batting an eye, no double takes, just like, all right, I need to make a sale. I just need to make this guy like buy as much shit as he can. And for the most part, people are making bank in this movie. They're like just throwing money everywhere.
Well, that's the thing. I'm like, they must have had so much, like the whole budget was just to get these people to say yes to being on film. Like, you know, like that, which is insane. They poured so much money for like this like liberal propaganda. And I mean, it's just like, it's okay. So my analysis, going back to Tobias, I because you were like, yeah, like they said all these fucked up things and there was these fucked up moments, and I actually do want to touch on that from like why I think the movie's fucked up, but I also want to go back to, it did make me laugh a lot. Like, I was laughing like genuinely, and I did think he did some funny shit, and I think he did a lot of offensive shit, and I also think he did like show a lot of like, there's this one guy on YouTube, I don't know if you've ever seen his stuff, but he like he went around to like a Republican convention and just like talks to people, and it's very similar to Borat. I don't know his fucking name. Let me ask my roommates.
Yeah, he's like a Chicago comedian too, very active in like Adult Swim stuff. What's his name? Someone in the chat. All gas, no brakes. Is that it?
Yes, yeah, all gas, no brakes. Yeah. It's that person.
What's that guy's name?
Yeah, what's his name? He's fucking funny.
I'll get it in a second. Graham, thanks for showing up. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to some people that followed. Cheyenne Barton, thank you so much for the follow. Julie Loops, thank you so much for the follow. Those were, one was 5 hours ago, another was 2 days ago, but thanks for the follow. But you were saying, yeah, I mean, the interaction with people, and like even Kyle Mooney did it too when he was just at basketball games doing for the Lakers, acting like like in this person who has like interpersonal problems and just doesn't seem to get anything. It's funny to see how people react, but it's like doing like the reactions aren't funny. I think in this movie, the comedy is all about what Sasha's doing. The way that people react, just like it's actually like kind of disgusting and fearful.
It's
Kind
disgusting.
of,
It's like this movie is cringy. Like there were moments where I like could not look. Like I was like, ugh, this is so bad. But okay, so my like I'm trying to see the chat right now. I don't know why I'm struggling so much. It's fine. But okay, here we are. The biggest thing is with the movie is okay, so basically Sacha Baron Cohen plays this guy from Kazakhstan. That's his whole thing. Like Borat is this man from Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan is a former Soviet republic. My family's from the former Soviet Union, and like my mom grew up in Tajikistan, so like very close to Kazakhstan. I eat like a lot of like so like these when people are like offended, there's like these complexities because also like he's like most people in Kazakhstan like now aren't white. So like it's interesting. Like he is playing, there are some like, you know, white people there, but like it's not primarily white. So it's interesting. He takes this like random country that most people don't really know a lot about, that it's this kind of like small little country and, you know, there's in the middle of fucking nowhere and it's this whole like shtick, you know, like, and then he says everyone here is basically like uncivilized because he's comparing this man in Kazakhstan to a rural Trump supporter in America, which the layers to that are like Americans are constantly, you know, being shitty and Orientalist and talking shit about like, you know, other countries or, you know, like talking about people being savages or whatever. But like his whole joke is like, you're just like a rural man in Kazakhstan, right? And so there's definitely complicated, like there's an offensiveness to that because it's saying that their customs or their way of life or how they're operating or how they view, you know, their culture is like fundamentally oppressive, which in reality there are oppressive, like obviously like the whole, I mean, he takes it really far, like women don't have rights, but then he's making fun of like American men saying women don't have rights. So it's like he does take it far, but like it is a little bit of that, like we're just gonna take this random country, make fun of it, make fun of the people in it, and not really think about the consequences of that. That's definitely something that I did think about because I never really, like when I was younger, I was like, oh yeah, he's just playing some, like he like reminds me of my dad, you know, like he is a very like, you know, like that's, and like I'm like my dad would be offended by this for sure. My dad can't watch Borat, like so my dad's not conservative like that at all, but like the way he like talks and like my dad's not completely Borat, but like the whatever, like my dad's not Borat, all right?
Well, I think it, because we're all around the same age, are we not? Like in our mid to late 20s. You know, how has our experience watching this changed from our experience watching the original Borat, where maybe, you know, we were a little bit more into like shock humor. I don't know about you, Erica. I don't know about you, Tobias, but like, you know, Borat was just like the thing to watch. I was telling somebody that like when I watched Borat, it was in a movie theater. A guy had a heart attack, and the only reason why I was watching that movie was because my kid cousin, who was like maybe 10 years old at the time, really wanted to watch it. And it's like that movie was offensive back then, and like but you still got these like kicks out of it and be like, oh, these people are probably like, you know, wincing at it or cringing at it, but I think this is hilarious. Whereas with this movie, it's kind of like what you said, it's very cringy, but it's also like a groan, and like I know what he's doing. Like I've seen so many Sacha Baron Cohen projects, just know that like this just can't offend me anymore because I know what he's trying to do and what he's doing with his satire. Tobias, do you have any thoughts on that?
Hey man, look, when I watched this back in what, 08? 08 was the first movie?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, alright. I was the perfect little progressive. I would never laugh at something like this, okay? That's not who I was back then, okay? I was better than this. Th- hmm,
More than
Never.
The opposite.
Look,
The opposite.
Wow.
back in 08, this disgusted me, okay? Wouldn't even watch the movie. Now I've been ruined by time, and I'm here cracking up at showing bloody vagina jokes. like a piece
Perfect
of
time for a
shit.
raid. Connor the Miller, thank you so much for raiding with a party of 4. Really appreciate it.
And, you've been rated.
Yeah, welcome to the chat, everybody. Hey Lido, hey Connor, thank you so much. We're talking Borat. Okay, Graham is saying, Garm in the chat, I had to stop watching after the debutante scene where the creepy dad gave an honest answer when Borat asked how much he thought his daughter was worth. I think the answer was a simple $500.
It was. It
Yeah.
was. Yeah, yeah.
And the way the daughter reacted to the dad, I thought was perfect. Very much like what's the girl's name who's like always ratting out her mother, Claudia Conway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And just all of these like conservative like politicians like and their like children who are very liberal are just like rolling their eyes like, what can I do? Dad's a Republican, mom's a Republican.
Fuck. Man, but yeah, I mean, in reality, like, now I watched that shit back in 08, had a probably great time, and then I watched Bruno, and then I had a relatively, I think, no, actually, I think that one was bad. I think that shit was way too much for me.
Like Bruno.
Yo, like, look, you know where like sometimes you had that like really cool friend that had a cool dad that would like sneak you in,
Mhm.
I mean, to a movie and then leave. That was Bruno, and oh my god, never. I'll never watch that shit again.
Yeah.
Forget when I went to go see Funny People with my brother and my grandpa, and like the opening scene is like Adam Sandler fucking someone, and
Oh
my
my
grandpa literally
God.
walked out, and we were like, he just left. Like he's like, all right, see ya. Like I'm not sitting here with you guys watching. Me and my brother finished watching the movie. Like he's like went to like another movie.
Oh my god, that me, my aunt, and my grandmother were sneaking into a screening, or sneaking into another movie after seeing one movie. I did not know that this was happening, right? But my aunt was just one of those kind of people that didn't care about the optics of a thing. Said, "Hey, do you want to go see do you want to go see a movie right after this?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And we're about to go walk into The Mummy. We find out that I mean, The Mummy.
Wait, Tom
3
Cruise the Mummy?
No, fuck no.
Brendan Fraser.
We found out that the Mummy movie that we walked into was actually a early screening for Tropic fucking Thunder.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yo, and I cannot tell you how much my life was changed in under
Oh
Impressions-
no, Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, impressions of RDJ. Using-
RDJ doing full on blackface.
My fucking
Like-
grandmother just here like, wow.
Yeah.
This is wow.
Holy
If you
shit.
get nominated for an Oscar while you're in blackface, it's totally fine. Totally fine.
Yo, like she
I
was just like,
can't
oh my
believe-
god, what the fuck is happening right now? And I'm just here like laughing my young dumbass off. Like my grandmother's probably like, oh my fucking god.
That happened. Like the fact that Tropic Thunder happened, like I'll think about it sometimes and I'm like, what? What? Like
It's truly
what?
amazing. It's truly
Fucking
amazing.
insane.
Yo, like
Oh,
my
my
god.
god.
I'm so ashamed to say that shit is still like I'll watch a clip and I'll probably fucking laugh. I fucking hate myself for it.
Well, let's talk about this feeling of like sort of like feeling bad, but like also like having fun. I was talking to some people about like different types of fun. There's like a like sort of like a type 1, type 2 sort of thing, but like, is this movie fun to watch? For some,
Borat?
definitely. Yeah, I mean like so a movie like Borat.
Yeah.
Watching it in 2008, you liked it. How does that movie hit differently now?
You know what's so funny? Like the phrases that came from the original Borat, like my wife and like what else would he say?
Very nice. King of the
Very
Castle.
nice.
King of
How
the
much?
Castle.
Yeah. And like everyone would say that, but we were all
Right.
like in like middle school, high school, whatever. I mean, like, and now it's like no one's. I don't really know. Are there phrases that from this movie that, like, I'm like, was it just a thing that everything that we watched in middle school and high school or like early high school was just like shit we just repeated over like Step Brothers quotes like forever,
Yeah.
like just like.
Yeah.
Why were we doing that? Just like walking around like
Well, it
quoting,
was
like,
because it was like large white men yelling at them.
Yeah,
Right.
and plus
And that was
also
yeah.
we didn't have memes like fully yet. Like
Word,
like,
yeah.
Right,
like
right.
that was our it was that or like fucking Chappelle show jokes.
yeah.
Oh yes, that was
When
all of middle
keeping it
school.
real
All of
goes
Or,
wrong.
or I'm sorry to say, but Family Guy references and South Park
Yeah.
references.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that was like peak, and like my ass was like, I'm gonna watch all of this stuff because I like it and I want everyone to know that I'm one of the guys. And so I like.
Chat,
so
you
I
need
got-
to tell us what sort of shows you were watching that were just like this that you quoted all the time.
Yeah, I watched Animation Domination every Sunday, like, and I watched like Adult Swim religiously and like,
Mhm.
yeah, Futurama. But yeah, I mean, watching Borat now, like, I had fun. I like was with my roommates and we like laughed a lot and thought it was insane. Like the entire time we're like, there's no way that he's doing this.
Right.
Like what? Like this is crazy. Like I wasn't like this is peak humor and this film is incredible. I was like this is crazy. Also the fact that the amount of money he put into this movie just to get these people to agree to be in the movie is insane. And also the fact that they probably were filming pre-coronavirus and continue to film during coronavirus and then released it now, a random ass Borat movie in 2020. Like what?
Yeah.
That's where my
Oh,
brain was.
like perfect timing. I mean, like release it now or just like wait after the election and then we could all laugh about it. I think everyone
Right.
is also very on edge. Like it's gonna be a crazy like next 5 days. Like leading up to this election night. And we're not even gonna get
Hey.
results the same day or like the day
I
after
know.
maybe. You know? And so I think yeah, everyone should be allowed to laugh at some fucked up shit right
Yeah.
now because, you know, who knows what's going to happen once that day comes.
Even just and like even just Mike Pence's face, just like so disturbed by Borat is like enough to set me like I'm good for like a while. I'm just like
Mhm.
holy shit. Like he looked so fucking like dead. Like he was so bad. Yeah,
But that-
I think
yeah.
yeah.
Please go ahead. Sorry.
No, I think the worst scene was for sure the period scene of the daughter
At the debutante
fully
ball?
bleeding. Yeah. That was stupid. Like that was really stupid. But I was just like I can't look.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but going back to Tobias's point where, oh man, I think I just lost it. About
About feeling bad about watching Tropic Thunder
Oh, yeah.
and things
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Of how of why we feel bad like this, right? When watching
no,
things
actually,
that aren't. Yeah.
I was gonna go back to the whole like we didn't have memes back then, and now we do have
Yeah.
memes. So this thing
Yeah.
isn't really like echoing anything that we don't already know or that we don't use
Yeah.
memes to talk about already. And
Yeah.
that's why I
Yeah.
thought like going into this, like I don't know, that little montage right at the beginning, he just said all of the things that you quoted from the original Borat. He's just like,
Right.
"Hi, I'm Borat, very nice, King of the Castle." He said
Yeah.
all the quotes, and then like you're just
Right.
going in like this beloved character is back now, and then
Right.
it also is like
And he has to
self-referential
dress
too.
differently.
Right, that was I thought was hilarious. Also
was
in like
funny.
the Halloween store where it's just like idiot foreign reporter.
Foreigner. I know.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
now it's more about like the circumstance of like when this thing
Yeah.
was released, the context of what we know now that happens afterward, and then like the whole Rudy thing.
Yeah. I mean, the Rudy thing. That's where I just gotta give props where props are fucking due. You know.
Yeah.
Look,
That was crazy.
look. Sometimes you just luck out, and my man's definitely did. That shit was fucking horrible. And
That was disgusting.
I fucking hate Rudy Giuliani, so anything that bashes that piece of shit, let's go. Oh, you decrepit old fuck.
Yeah. He has a fuck of a face. Like
Oh my
his
God.
you just want to go to his face. Like I hate his face.
Yeah,
I hate,
it shouldn't exist naturally. It shouldn't exist
No.
in nature.
He's got this like
I don't know if you
wanna,
guys
like-
ever played Super Mario 64 where you can actually like distort Mario's face. That's like the worst I could do. In that that's Rudy's face.
Yeah, and like oh man, that shit was so nasty and like he like tried defending himself. I'm like, "Bro, we saw it." It's like I mean, there's no way he can get out of that. Like
My man's had to fix his pants, you know?
I'm just so curious
Shit.
how they got away with it. How they got away with that? How did they get away with that?
I mean, you have cameras set up. You also have lawyers ready. You know?
But like, I'm
that Amazon
like, there's
backing.
that fucking Amazon backing. I know. It's so funny. Like the boys on Amazon. This is on Amazon. What else? There's like all this like very political shit on Amazon, and I'm like, this
Mhm.
is ironic. But yeah. Oh, it's the meme thing has me thinking about how like millennial humor is so like smart and also just like absurd. Millennial
Mhm.
humor is just like absurdism, and like we're too fast and we're too quick and we're too like smart for our own good in that way, where we get things like that because memes are like constantly produced in these ways where it's just like
Yeah.
like new cycle of meme every week, you know, every day even, and like we get things so quickly that like this kind of humor, it was actually kind of refreshing because it's just not the current kind of humor that we create now. And so like a part of me was like, this actually was kind of nice. Like it was stupid as fuck and like offensive in its own way. But I think there was a point in like 2014 where there was like such intense PC culture where people were literally like canceling everybody left and right because people were saying the wrong thing and everyone was
Right.
freaking out. It was like very intense in 2014. Cancel culture was like at its highest, like 2014, 2015. And I think after that, like after Tumblr exploded and like everyone was like, oh shit, that was like actually like a little bit insane of us all. I think now we're like, okay, I think it's okay if we're like aware like, everything's offensive. Like anything can offend anybody. Like,
Right.
like it's
Point being why they took nudity off of Tumblr. That's when the world went to shit. When you took porn off Tumblr.
Right.
Oh man.
Right.
I mean, once you take away that guy with the belt and the fucking white shirt, I mean, how the fuck were you gonna keep anything under control there?
Right.
But holy
You guys
shit.
keep talking. This is crazy, but I have to call my grandma back. So
Okay.
I'm just muting myself really quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, but I mean, me personally, I mean, I was one of the people that was canceling people back in 2014, and
Mm-hmm.
I just thought,
Why were you climbing that Tower of Babel? What made you get on that high horse?
I just thought we were doing God's work. I mean, look, sometimes you're called upon, and you get told like, you, my son, you can change them all. What? You can cancel all of them.
taking words out of Lovecraft Country.
Pokemon.
What?
Pokemon. You can catch them all. You can cancel them all.
You can cancel them all. Yeah.
Tobias, I was like, I'm gonna learn all the fucking lingo, and I'm gonna learn all the correct ways to be the best kind of queer person there is, and like, it's,
whoa. Did you just say queer? Oh my god.
Dude, that's a slur.
Yeah,
You call this queer?
Is that a slur?
You call this queer?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I meant to say panromantic, demisexual. What is my gender identity? I don't even know, man. Like,
oh my god.
I meant to be more clear, because queer is a slur.
Oh man.
The inside jokes of like people were literally like on your like foot on your throat, like you say something wrong and you're fucking, it's over, man. Like, so I mean,
Also, a
it's
full
funny.
context, everyone here is pretty queer on Nerd
Oh,
Gaze.
yeah.
Just want to tell that to the viewers right now.
We're not making fun of gender or sexual identity. I am queer. And we're all, it's all good,
Are we being serious right now? I thought we were part of a conservative podcast.
Yeah, this is actually.
And yeah, we just lost our sponsor. Breitbart is no longer sponsoring this show.
Oh no.
Trying to get that Gamergate money. Yeah, let's fucking
Gamergate.
go. Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I mean, most of us became fucking adults, and like,
Yeah.
and then there were a lot of people that didn't, and they're the ones with the fucking anime abbies that are telling
Right.
you,
Yeah.
oh my god, actually about that, I saw some really idiotic shit about the term chaser. And
I
how
saw that, dude.
Oh my god.
I saw that.
Oh
I
my
saw
God.
that.
That was such like
Chaser
big...
in what context?
Oh my god, it was such big brain like energy, because I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay, so,
break it down for us.
Yeah, there is the term chaser, and that is someone that is obsessive towards trans folks. Usually specifically trans women.
Like fetishizes or like tries to only date trans people.
Trans people.
Okay.
But is it trans themselves usually?
Yeah.
It's like that's not like you're a cis person who like, yeah.
Yeah. And there's community really debates about how valid that term is and shit like that.
Mhm.
Whatever. That term I think is valid from various reasons, from what I've seen from people and how they treat trans folks. But today, someone posted on Twitter, "Hey, chaser is a slur when you call a a pansexual person a chaser," and it was like, usually it would be okay, but
Mhm.
you are being I don't even know, like, you are being hurtful against pansexual people if you call them that just because they want to date trans people. And everyone under the replies were like, who the fuck? One, who the fuck says this?
Yeah.
Two, who who who, who the fuck has gotten like their feelings hurt over this?
Right.
Unless you
right.
weren't a chaser. What the fuck are
Right.
you talking about?
Right. Yeah, literally.
Like, and
Yeah.
you know, you saw people with anime abbeys just like, yeah, you know, it's really fucked up. I just think that maybe, you know, we shouldn't we I mean shouldn't we I mean really shouldn't label people like that, you know. And one of the, oh my god, one of the people that had a comment like that, I went on their page and it was literally just all like trans or like cross-dresser porn, and I just was like, okay.
Mm.
Like, and like,
Exactly.
I'm not gonna be
what-
erased today.
yeah, like
Right.
like yo, like, all right, you showed up for what you really needed to. Okay, good job, bud.
Yeah, there's totally this, like, I don't know. The discourse online continue. I mean, like, you just don't know these people, like, that you're in conversation with, and like, it's like I like when we like, I like that you use the word like community discussions or community conversations about words or whatever. Like, I think it's valid to have discourse. I think discourse is great. Like, I think it's important. It's like things are constantly evolving, ideas are constantly evolving. But there, at a certain point, things just at a certain point, like you dissect something enough, it just becomes fucking stupid. Like, it's like, okay, like, yeah, and I don't know. I think it's funny to exist. Like, if someone straight up told you like that they were like, this thing is offensive to me, it'll be like, okay, cool, I will not say that thing to you anymore. But it's like at a broad level, like,
Right.
there's a lot of words.
Let me start.
Yeah.
Let me start this really small movement that's gonna get me likes and retweets. And that doesn't really like validate anybody else. Like, I'm not really supporting anybody else except for me, the quote unquote chaser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's super strange. Yeah, I saw that and kind of just like ignored it because I was like, I'm not about to get into this. Like,
Yo, I mean just saw it from someone that I follow, and I just was like, yo, this is fucking wild. Like,
so many things
man.
happening right now, and it's like, this is what you want to talk about. Like,
Yo, like,
Mhm.
man, someone must have said something to them specifically, and they got some real feelings hurt about that shit.
they're like, how could you call me a chaser?
Don't you know I'm pan?
Right.
Like, I love
Man.
everyone. Like,
Oppression Olympics, baby.
oh my god.
What do we think? Any other thoughts on Borat?
My girlfriend just wanted to say that you know, we were talking about brand new ones that Borat has said, and Wawa Wiwe is actually, I don't know if that means anything, but that shit's hilarious.
That is funny.
And-
That was funny.
Was that not in the first film? I totally thought that was in the first film.
maybe it was.
It might have been. I don't remember.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't remember.
I have
I
not
think
seen
it
the
totally
first one in
was.
so long. I'm like, do I have to rewatch it?
A lot of people have been
No.
doing back to back.
Yeah,
Just like,
that's-
oh god,
True.
too much.
That's a strong almost
Yeah, that's
3
too much
hours.
Borat. That's too
Um,
much Borat.
I want to go back. You felt very strongly against my criticism against Jamie Kennedy.
Oh wait, whoa, look. That sometimes things are just a bit, and you know, maybe don't look too much into me defending Jamie Kennedy.
I was just like, are we gonna talk about Malibu's Most Wanted?
Yo, I was literally about to say, but sometimes Malibu's Most Wanted is a thing you watch as a kid maybe too many times.
Yeah.
And it's become attached to your brain.
I could quote almost that entire movie.
What are movies that you guys what are movies that you guys can quote like that, or like comedies
that are like bad now?
Well, just like growing up, like you watched them. Like mine's definitely like Anchorman. I loved that movie growing. Like I loved it.
And I think Dude, Where's My Car? Dude, Where's My Car? That was my
Space Jam for me.
Space Jam.
That was like little kid though. Yeah.
Super bad.
Super bad.
Yeah.
Super bad.
If I had to choose a movie in that era though, I probably would choose 40-Year-Old Virgin though. Like over it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess so. I mean, mine would also be like the one that I said before, Tropic Thunder.
We got someone in the chat who says my mom always quotes "Dude, where's my car?"
That's pretty
Where's your car, dude? Where's your car, dude? It didn't age well. But Good Burger. Good Burger is classic.
Okay, Good Burger. I rewatched it in quarantine. It's fucking funny still.
That holds up. That holds up so well.
It's so funny. And you know what does too? And I'm so sorry, but Austin Powers Goldmember, quotable as fuck.
All three.
Funny.
My dad's favorite movie. That's my dad's favorite movie of all time.
That's hilarious. Yeah. It's my favorite Austin Powers, but I think it's still funny, and people don't agree with me. And you know what? I think it's a very quotable movie. And
absolutely. Beyonce gives us her Oscar-winning performance. She's great.
Oh man!
Can we talk about how The Hangover
never
deserved like what it got? But like,
I can't quote anything from The Hangover.
No.
Yo.
Bad. I tried rewatching it and I was like, this is pure shit. Pure shit.
Like after that first watch, I feel like the magic of that movie goes completely away. And I know that's how that works for a lot of comedies, right? Like that have shock humor. But like the only thing we got was the stupid baby shirts. Yeah, that's fucking true. Yeah,
it's so true.
Like those movies should have stopped. Actually, those movies should have never become movies. It should have just been
it shouldn't have been a franchise.
Yeah, what the fuck? Why was there multiple?
But like, I was in the theater watching the third movie, and I just was like, "This is like putting shit in my mouth."
Oh my god!
Just like shoveling,
shit
in your mouth.
Yeah. Let's go.
There was probably a lot of crossover with the audience that loved The Hangover and The Joker. Todd Phillips is.
Oh my god!
This is Todd Phillips's
Hangover. He directed it.
He did Starsky and Hutch. He did The Hangover.
They're like, you know who's gonna be a really good director for the Joker? The guy who did The Hangover.
I'm surprised that they didn't use that in trailers. From the people who brought you The Hangover, Joker.
Man, that dude's like just like quick, like I'm a fucking intellectual trip.
Mm-hmm. I get the same vibes from him and Neil Brennan. I get confused with them a lot. They look the same. They talk the same. They got the same sort of arguments about all the shit they do and defensive stuff.
Yo,
you know what movie still holds up?
What?
Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
That's a good one. I rewatched Freaks and Geeks in quarantine, and I was like, man, I'm on a Jason Segel kick, and I was like, I need more of him, and I loved him. I think I told you guys when I was watching it. I don't remember, but I like loved Jason Segel when he was in Freaks and Geeks. So I watched when Forgetting Sarah Marshall. Great movie. It's funny. It's cute.
Mm-hmm. I gotta agree with Soph in the chat. Legally Blonde. That one does live up.
Legally Blonde is good. It is objectively good.
Miss Congeniality needs a bit work. Could definitely use a reboot.
Yeah, Yeah.
But
We'll talk about rom-coms another time though.
yeah, that's a great idea. Well,
That's a good. Yeah,
I
it's a
don't
good.
want to wait for February though.
No, we could. We could talk about rom-coms whenever. We love a rom-com.
All right. Should we get into
Adam
Raised by
Sandler
Wolves then?
ones are the best.
Adam Sandler ones.
Oh, Adam Sandler. I'm making my my roommate's girlfriend. We're gonna watch 50 First Dates on. Well, on Halloween we're gonna watch a scary movie, and then I'm like, we have to watch 50 First Dates because she's
Oh,
never
you
seen
got to
it.
watch it in 4K.
Shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, that movie. That was one of my favorite rom-coms. But we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So,
But I did watch Big Daddy the other day.
How does that hold up?
It was fine.
that
It
shit.
was it wasn't like it was like wholesome and cute and like sweet, which is like actually pretty common for Adam Sandler movies.
Mhm. I forgot Jon Stewart was
yeah.
in that one.
Yeah, he's
For a hot
definitely in
second.
it. Rob Schneider definitely does this weird like ambiguous ethnicity guy.
Oh my god!
Like, you
dude.
you
Every
never know.
Fucking movie.
And you know what's fucked up is I thought it was really funny when I was younger when he would say "you can do it," and I am fucked up for that. But
And you know, catch me in 2012. Me saying that every time I have something like crazy.
you
like,
can do it.
like, oh my god. But yeah. So I mean, I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch a scary movie. That scary movie's gonna be Uncut Gems, because you realize the evils of capitalism.
Dude, that movie is
And
horrifying. You and I saw it together.
Yeah.
oh my
I
god.
cried at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
You never gave me that impression. You seemed so cold on it when I talked to you about it that it seemed
Wait,
like
really?
you never
What?
watched it.
Okay, so it probably
Me?
wait.
No,
Which one of
you Rivka,
me?
you just seemed so like aloof about it that it just kind of like it seemed like it bounced off you. But
Whoa.
like
it
but
did not.
but like for me, that was the movie I've been waiting for like years and years of my life, because I love Adam Sandler as a serious actor that fucking much.
What was that one movie where it's like his family died, I think on a plane crash, and like
Reign Over Me,
Rain Over Me
and it
with,
was
with Don
and it was
Cheadle.
9/11.
Yeah. Yeah, he was pretty good at that.
He was, yeah.
Punch
no,
Drunk
that-
Love.
Yep.
Give him more like dramatic comedies. I think he actually was good on his word about if he wasn't nominated for an Academy Award, he was gonna
He's
make
just
an
gonna make
even
dog
worse.
shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna make an even worse movie for Netflix, and he did. It's the Halloween movie that we might have to watch for next episode.
Fucking
Herbie
Christ.
Halloween, I think it's called.
Hubby. I think.
Hubby, yeah.
Hubby Halloween?
Hubby
Yeah.
Dubois or something like that.
Yeah, like, like the Academy fucked up. We're not gonna get Adam Sandler to like commit to another role like that for a bit. Like,
Ugh,
what a fucking wash, man. What a fucking wash. Oh
insane.
god.
I don't know how to segue into Raised by Wolves, but
Well, I was gonna try. Do you want me to try?
yeah, go for it. Let's do a 6 degrees
Okay,
of separation.
Like, coming from the high anxiety of Uncut Gems, let's go into the eerie calmness of Raised by Wolves.
So eerie and so calming. I feel so
Yeah.
held by this show.
Yeah.
Anytime that I have any sort of like, and this happens a lot with TV shows where I have a question that's maybe like, oh man, that's unresolved conflict. Like, when are we going to get back to that? This show sucks. Gives me unresolved conflict, finishes it within like 3 minutes. Let's do a quick perspective
Yeah.
shift, and then you're back at it. It's just like, man, the show just gets it. It gets a viewer. It gets exactly how to transition. Like, Rivka, you gave us that note. Like, I think it was just via like Twitter. But their perspective shifts are not abrupt. They blend so smoothly into one another. And
Yeah.
everything just gets layered on top of each other. Like, things that you wouldn't think would affect a character Like on paper, it doesn't seem like, oh, that character should be affected by that. But then you know what they're going through and how that should affect. Basically, I'm talking about the ending to episode 4. But episode 3 of Raised by Wolves, where are we? The arc has the arc crashed already?
Arc has crashed. It
Okay.
crashes in episode 2, right?
All
Or
right.
yeah.
All
And
right.
then what has gone on? Are the kids sick?
I believe so, and I believe that's what leads to this sort of like escape plan that Campion has. And just a little recap for anybody who hasn't seen Raised by Wolves: it is a dystopian future where you basically have two factions. One are the atheists, and one are the Mithraic, who are basically just all religions put up into one. We're not really hearing about any other religions that are going on, but you have two androids that bring five children to a completely different planet to start a new civilization. Some of them die off, and we've got this one kid named Campion who seems to be like sort of mutinous in a mutant in a sort of way, because he's grown to be able to eat like poisonous stuff. He's one of the only children that hasn't died in this sort of atmosphere. So there's something's weird going on with this kid. But also we've got the we've got Mother. Also, the androids are called Mother and Father. Very like we get into like gender roles and sort of the Christian and nuclear family dynamic within the show as well. Mother turns out is this thing called a necromancer, which was a war machine that basically, if you look it in the eye, it blows you up, which is a very biblical reference in and of itself. Um, so she crashes this ark that's filled with a bunch of people that are very religious, called the Mithraic. A lot of people die, but a lot of people survive. So you got the people that are surviving. You got the children that she sort of stole from the ark. That's what's at play here. Am I missing anything? War flashbacks to when I had to go to Sunday school.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah, a lot of religious shit. Yeah, that's pretty much. I'm on episode 9 now, so I like am trying to remember. Yeah, I really went for it last night. But I saved the last 2 for tonight because I know you guys were like, save for yourself, and I'm here like, But I'm pretty sure that's it. That's it.
All right, thanks for joining us on Nerd Gaze. We'll
No, you did a good recap. That was the recap.
Yeah. I mean, and that, I mean, the ending of episode 4. Well, first, let's go through episode 3 a little bit. I mean,
right.
There's the man, how Mother kills that other android is fucking cold as shit. Like, and how that android has like a spasm. And then she, like, while it's still breathing, pretty much, she's pulling out its eyes, and then it freaks out and just goes down the hole. Like, oh my god.
Incredible. It's so
Yeah.
exciting.
and you just like think like, these androids definitely don't have souls, but like, does it matter? Like, it doesn't matter, right? Like, they are still such like living human beings.
Well, it also makes you question about what it means to have a soul.
Yeah.
Right.
Because at a certain point in the show, I honestly don't remember when, but Campion says that every living thing has a soul, even mother and father, which I think is really profound and true. I mean, my favorite thing about the show is that, like I said this before, but it takes these really classic like science fiction tropes of like what is a real human? What does it mean to be human? Can androids be human? Can androids be mothers? Ridley Scott loves to talk about pregnant women. Like, he loves pregnant women. He loves pregnant human and non-humans. As we can look at, like, so many of Ridley Scott's films are oftentimes looking at android women or like non-human women as caretakers or as um, like people with feelings. We can look at Blade Runner and look at Rachel. We can look at Alien and look at Sigourney Weaver. We can look at what did he do? What's it called? Shit. He did Prometheus, right? Yeah. The impregnation scene in Prometheus, just like birthing something. And I was gonna tweet the other night. I was like, I was like some stupid tweet, but like, there's nothing Ridley Scott loves more than like impregnating or like pregnant not women. I don't know. It was like some stupid tweet. I didn't tweet it, but I've been thinking a lot about that because I actually do think that yeah, like this idea of like what is a child and what is a family is the constant reoccurring theme. Like, is blood and bond, like what's the difference between blood and bond? Like, if you take a child in and you raise that child, they're still your child. Similar to these two people that we meet, Sue and what's his name?
Marcus, the name of the
Marcus. Yeah.
Marcus and Sue, yeah.
Well, it's not his real name, but it is his real name. Yeah, but I mean, they literally killed the parents of Paul and then literally got face surgery and are pretending to be Paul's parents. Like, how are they more parents to Paul than Mother is to her children, you know?
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely layered in that respect. And then I'm loving how more and more human that the androids become and trying to like fill these roles or perform these roles of mother and father. Like, I think episode 4 is probably my favorite episode so far because of how father tries to make himself valuable or like worthwhile to have around.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, I could kill this animal and like fulfill a job, or I can give kids valuable skills that I have so that when we both die, mother and father, they can take care of themselves.
Yeah.
Not particularly, a father's like mission or anything like that, but I thought that was a really cool case of like how does a human leave a lasting effect on people, and it's teaching them.
Or traumatize
right.
the shit out of them.
Or traumatize the shit out of them by making them kill an animal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know who I was talking to about it, but like they love the trope of someone going to hunting with their like family and just can't do it. Like, I can't shoot the turkey.
Right. And I do think that it becomes interesting. I'm reading the episodes to make sure I don't spoil anything. Because Mother is very much the matriarch, and like Father is this sort of like, to her, this like kind of useless, person who like, or
he's
like,
funny.
He's a funny guy who like he provides the jokes, he provides the some sort of comfort for the kids, but like in reality everyone follows Mother's lead, which is very much how I grew up. Like, it's very much, I grew up in a very matriarchal house. My dad was like in so many ways like not like, my mom was like constantly, I'm the one in charge, your father is useless. So like these ideas of like this uselessness, and he's like, I need to show how of use I am, which is really interesting. Like, I need to show my purpose. I need to prove to Mother that he like tries to be a really good father, which is like cool to see. Like him putting in that work. I'm like, this doesn't seem like a human man would do this. Or not all human men. And it's like, it's not
Yeah,
Okay,
not
fine.
all
It's not
men.
common.
Not all men.
It's not.
Oh,
It's not
man.
common to see. It is not common to see. Okay, I'm sorry. It is not common to see, especially in media, or especially like it's not common to see a man putting in that much work into
Mhm.
being a good father.
We're
In
just
Mhm.
like
messing with you. We're just messing with you.
Yeah.
dads,
Yeah,
you
I think
know.
we know who your George is in this series. You love George because he was going the extra mile in Lovecraft Country.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so yeah, we've
Yeah.
got our George of this series.
Yeah, I really like Father.
Mhm.
And Mother, I mean, I've grown to really like her. I think that she really wants to be a good caretaker. But I yeah, I'm fascinated with, because it goes back to like Mother's caretaking abilities come from her programmer. So like she is who she is because someone created these ideas of what a good caretaker is and then like
Mhm.
programmed it in her. And so it makes you think about like the responsibility of being a mother and like the kind of care and devotion and sacrifice you have to make. um in her like in basically it's just like it's so like the show's about religion and it's about faith and it's about fundamentalism, but it's also about like nuclear family and chosen family. um so yeah, I've just been thinking a lot about that.
Yeah. And this it even gets to the topic of abortion too, like with season 4, where it's like not necessarily taking the baby and terminating the life, but like putting it in a sort of stasis pod so that she doesn't have to go full term. And I loved that sort of conversation that Mother had with Father about nature running its course, where Father was just like, listen, like the humans, even without their religion, they figure out a way for like things to happen naturally, and for you to like take that away is probably cutting it a little like too far. And then she says like nature has no course. You can't control it. So why don't I just do this and make her pain a little less like troublesome, you know? And so I love the fact that also like Mother at times. Okay, so Jomi is asking for a little bit more context. Okay, so we're talking about 2 androids that are in this show called Raised by Wolves. Um, and, you know, Mother, Father are androids. How much are they becoming human is getting revealed throughout the show. Mother being like a little literal death machine, because she is an android and also a necromancer, puts us on this balance of like scaring us, but also nurturing us and like making us feel welcome. Um, I don't know what you guys think about that, because like you think like, oh man, is she gonna kill Tempest, um, who is a young girl who is impregnated by an archbishop of this religion that everyone like sort of falsely believes, and you think, oh man, she might kill her. She's building this blade out of gold. She might kill her, but no, she goes in for the ankle and then kills the transmitter that's in her foot so that they can't find them. So it's like, is she bad? Is she good? We really don't know.
And it just, it for me reiterates this idea of like what mothers have to do to sacrifice like them being good or not, but doing it
Mm-hmm.
for the sake of their children. Like her goal is to protect her children. Her goal is to caretake her for her children. And
Mm-hmm.
um it's it's funny because we can't figure out if she's good or bad, but like that is what she's programmed to do. So like it's
Mm-hmm.
funny that we continue to question her because you know it doesn't help that she's got this, yeah, she's very cold
Mm-hmm.
and very robotic, and her hair and like her body, like everything about her is very sterile and like cold. She's very pale. She's got this like really, yeah, and the short, just like all everything about her, which why is it, why do we immediately assume that someone who looks like that can't be a good mother, you know?
Hmm.
It also plays into like these tropes of what femininity or like what motherhood looks like, um and rejects that too.
Yeah, I definitely hear that. And I think what's also complicated too is like when I learned a little bit more about the mythology of the sort of war, this holy war that went down, and how necromancers were used for it, and
Mhm.
how I think Marcus was trying to figure out like, oh man, like how did they do it? How did they reprogram a necromancer? Because everybody was in disbelief about it happening. And so what I'm thinking is that this goes a necromancer can only do its programming to a fault, you know, where it's like maybe that's why she malfunctions a bit because I mean there was that time where we didn't think like she was gonna make it, you know, she was coughing up that white goo that you always see in Ridley Scott's movies, and
The
we were thinking like
android blood.
yeah,
I know
Tobias, were you gonna say something? Oh, sorry.
I sent Tobias a really funny. I sent something really funny yesterday, but I can't send it to you because it's from like episode 8. But I was just
Oh.
relating the white goo to cum. It's once you get there, you'll get it. I'll send it to you once you get there.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, at my point with the show, like, or even once we got past episode 4, the question of is she bad or not stopped being a question for me, right? And it more happened to be like, is she making the right choices as a mother to protect her family?
Mm.
And like, and I do think ultimately that family does include all those kids except the oldest one. Fuck that kid.
Oh, the
Hunter.
cleric he can fuck
Oh
right
my
off,
god,
dude.
Yeah, he
he
sucks. He's narc.
he fucking sucks. Like, always just saying like, yo, like, you should be so happy that dude, like, knocks you up. Like, why don't you shut the fuck up?
Yeah.
Mhm.
like, oh my god.
Or like as
Yeah.
as a cleric, my intelligence will not be wasted doing any sort of farming or work. So you guys can go ahead and do that. But I'm gonna put my nose in some books that don't exist.
Oh my god. Did did no. Okay, it has not happened yet, so I'm not gonna say anything about that. But
Well, I mean, we're spoiling it for the chat. You might
no,
as well just spoil it for me.
no, 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 no. This is something that can definitely happen for another conversation. I don't want to have like all this all at once. But
Mhm.
and did we want to talk about how in episode 4 Marcus is now a true believer, a man of the cloth?
Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah. And how was it that it happened at the perfect and opportune moment that the wall just started getting hot?
Yeah, I
You
didn't
know,
understand that either.
so in the episode, we see a rock formation that the Mithraic survivors find, and in their prophecy, there's a 5-point formation that leads to their salvation, and the inside will be a bunch of resources that they can use. And it's really warm. It's really cold where they're at. It's very much like a desert, and they're thinking, Soul, which is the name of their god, is like giving them a sign.
Yeah.
The rock doesn't open up. And they're just left to fend for themselves, and there's just very much like Among Us, everyone's thinking there's an imposter among us. Like someone's not telling us something, but then everyone starts realizing that like everybody's knowledge is making them more important.
Everyone sucks.
Particularly Marcus's partner, I forget her name.
Well,
Sue.
Sue.
it more so is like, no, it's not everyone. It's more just Ambrose, because
Ambrose is the leader guy, whatever they call. He knows that the guy that
Marcus and Sue
that Marcus
are imposters,
that they're atheists.
Yeah.
But he knows that.
Yeah, but since Sue is the only medic that they have, Ambrose is like, all right, well, can't kill her,
Mm-hmm.
but
Is
that
that
Marcus
Ambrose?
guy.
Isn't Ambrose like the top leader, and like the person he
Yeah.
does have suspicion is the guy who's like kind of Marcus's buddy and talks to Sue about that lullaby.
No. He's not suspicious.
That guy's not
It's
suspicious? Okay.
no. It's the main dude that they end up
Right. Yeah.
burning.
Wait, wait, what? Wait, what? Ambrose is that guy that talks about the lullaby, right? Like, or
Yeah, but he talks about the lullaby to Sue, and then he talks about it again. Okay, so Ambrose is the guy who's dead.
Got it.
and yeah, okay.
And that's why they killed him. But then the friend, the buddy, she asked him about the lullaby because
and
the
then,
Ambrose talked to her about the lullaby, and she was like, "The fuck you talking about?" And then she like went up to him because she trusts him more and was like, what is this?" And then they did the whole whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's all so convoluted because like everyone's just lying. It's like all a big lie.
Right.
like, I think when it comes down to it, it's just Marcus and Sue that are lying. I mean, everybody else is being honest to
Well,
their
yeah,
role.
they're just being
I mean,
dumbasses.
Yeah, I mean, Ambrose is just trying to
They're
protect
being
his
ignorant.
throne.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, Ambrose is just like, yo, why the fuck does Marcus keep talking back to me like this? That guy, that guy used to stay quiet. Like, used to not say shit to me. Now,
Mm-hmm.
he loses one fucking kid, and he's lost his fucking mind. Whoa. Hey, Marcus, why don't you go out there while that fucking necromancer is running around? Go say
Right,
what's
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
I mean, and
don't
then
kill
Marcus
my
is like,
androids.
whoa, excuse me? Like, don't you have two androids right there that don't care if they die or not? Yeah, but what about you, man? Come on, be a real one. And Marcus is like, nah, you got the wrong one. And that's how one of the androids dies. And then for the whole episode, you just realize that like Ambrose definitely knows. Ambrose wants Marcus dead. He knows he's a fake, especially after talking to Sue,
Mhm.
talking to her about the. She calls it a scripture, and he is just like, yeah, sure, the scripture, yeah, definitely. And then she asks the other guy, the other Mithraic soldier, and then he's like, yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? That's a lullaby. And then she just goes like, oh,
I just wanted to hear it again.
oh, oh yeah, I just wanted to hear it again. That's all.
She was super sly. She's
Yeah.
super fucking sly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would kill it in
She,
Among
like,
Us.
And
She's cool. She's hot. She's Irish. I like looked her up because I was like, she's kind of hot.
We got a simp.
And so
yo,
I literally was like,
this
Get
this
it.
motherfucker right here was, I mean, messaging me last night like, I just want to lay between them and Amanda Collins. Just please give me the chance. Like, I'll change.
I'll change.
please.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
They're pretty cool looking. These ones.
Mhm.
I also just like I really like her vibe. I like her vibe. But this show is so good.
Yeah. I
asked.
Please go ahead.
No, sorry. I asked Tobias if it was a book before, and I don't think it was. Like, I think it's just coming from
From the
which
dome.
hasn't happened in a while.
Right. But I mean, for as like original as this show feels, like it would not have existed if it wasn't for Ridley Scott's catalog of work. And like,
Yes.
as much as he only did the first 2 episodes, his work is throughout the whole show. Blade Runner. What else we got? Alien. Oh my god. And I gotta scan a look.
Can you send a picture of her in this chat so people can see what we're talking
Oh yeah,
about?
I think Soph says vibe checks out. I'm thinking that people did.
I know, but I
see.
want to provide people with the.
Some context. All right, I'll put it in there. Yeah, Sue.
I have a pic I just found.
Oh, then you can just throw it in the chat.
How do you throw it in?
Just type it in.
Just
Or maybe
just,
I think
I
Nightbot
can't
might not
put
let you.
It can't be a link. There has to be a link.
it has
yeah.
to be a link.
Yeah, it can't be like.
And
I got
of
you.
course, Rivka would have that photo ready that they've saved on their desktop. Like,
It's my new iPhone background. Oh, this link is too
Yeah.
big. Do I got to go on Bitly? Come on.
yeah.
But
guys
also,
gotta
Ridley Scott
see what
did
I'm
The
talking
Martian. Ridley Scott
Dude,
did The Martian.
You know what
Which,
this show just makes me think about? All this show reiterates for me is that I fucking love Ridley Scott. Like, I'm sorry, and that's probably the most film bro thing about me. But I think Ridley Scott is perfect. That's not true. I don't think anybody's perfect, but I really like Ridley Scott's filmography. I can't deny it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's great.
He's got you by the thread. It's fine.
He does. I like everything he does. It is true.
Yeah, he did do Thelma and Louise, which is definitely, I wouldn't say top 5.
True
but
that.
like a very important movie.
No. Okay, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there's that show snob.
Or what movie he did that definitely wasn't great, and I found it, but you know,
Is it Gods and Monsters or something?
yeah, man. Fucking Gods and Kings. Oh
Gods
man,
and Kings.
Exodus. Yeah, 2014, man. Oh my God, The Counselor. I forgot The Counselor was a movie that Ridley Scott did.
Shit.
Holy shit, that is.
Okay, he's got some bad things. He's got some bad things in his. But Gladiator.
I still haven't seen that one.
Wow, you haven't seen that?
No.
I love Gladiator.
That shit kind of goes hard.
It goes
I ain't
hard.
gonna lie. I mean,
It goes hard.
Look, Robin Hood.
Russell Crowe.
Robin Hood is not as good, but I mean, you know, Gladiator fucks. I mean,
Wait, is Robin Hood the Kevin Costner one?
No, it is Russell Crowe and Ridley Scott team up again, but this time it's the Gladiator. It's Robin Hood, and yeah, it's alright.
Yeah,
okay.
that was probably like the 2010 to 2015 like era of like so many Robin Hood movies, and
Dude,
then
yes. Oh my God, it was.
It's funny to think about something I've been thinking a lot about, like two things. Okay, well, going back to the fact that this is original script, which like has not happened in a while, where like a TV show has come from original script, and then the second thing is that this show, like, I know you mentioned that we're late to the game, or like, but I don't see a lot of people talking about it, and
right, that's insane.
It's crazy. I'm like, this is like this is like top tier television. Like, this is peak television. I'm like, what are you guys doing? You're out here, like, I mean,
Craft Country, man.
Yeah.
Everyone's on Lovecraft Country.
Yeah, like
I mean, would you have known about it, Rivka, if Tobias didn't tell us about Raised by Wolves?
I mean, I like HBO. Like, I watch stuff on HBO. I really like HBO produced things. I think HBO consistently has put out interesting shit, so I do trust them in that sense. But Tobias telling us to watch it, like, sold it for sure. Like. But also the fact that it was Ridley Scott, like, definitely intrigued me. Like, I was definitely intrigued. But I'm trying to get people to watch it. I'm like, you guys, and like the way I'm describing it, I mean, it's totally sci-fi horror. Like, it's
absolutely.
It's like beautiful sci-fi horror. That I say it explores, fundamentalism as well as chosen family, but like fundamentalist thinking and religion. I told my parents, I was like I was like, this is a show about, my theory when we talked about it last, was that this is going to be a show about agnostic. Like, it's actually like, it's like, you shouldn't be an atheist and you shouldn't be super religious. You should be agnostic, because it's
Right.
better to question and instead of believing in something completely.
Yeah. And we talked about
Which
that
is
towards we talked
yeah.
about that in the last episode, where it kind of like
Mm-hmm.
turns the criticism on its head about like um you know, the atheists sort of become the religious sect, or the like the people that everybody was sort of criticizing, and maybe the people that just, you know, are a little off the rails because they don't have a god, you know.
Yeah.
At least like that's the sort of thing that's like projected onto the screen for me, where it's just like, wow, it's just like there's a completely different dynamic at play here. And
Well, the reason,
yeah.
yeah, the reason Earth died basically was, their whole thing is like, because the Mithraic people destroyed the Earth. Like, it was like this, that they're like basically saying like these religious people are the ones. Yeah. So and so like like which I'm assuming is because of the war, and because of like putting in the whole rape thing, like, of Tempest,
Mm-hmm.
is really they're doing that on purpose, because they're saying like so many religious institutions are like riddled with this type of bullshit, but they get
Mm-hmm.
away with it because of the power they have. And
Right.
so it's I think it's this commentary on like, religion doesn't make you pure, it doesn't make you a good person. um it gives you access to this like false idea of power, that you
Mm-hmm.
and God can have this, like, because you'll find out later on like that rapist's like way of thinking, but we could talk
Mm-hmm.
about that later. But
Right. I'm
Yeah,
giving a small
yeah.
impression by the
that's what I
cleric.
didn't want to
Yeah.
talk about. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, but yeah, this sort of like rock star status for bishops, and like you know, where the hell does that come from like this young guy who's just like, you should be honored by being bestowed upon such a powerful person within the church. You know, like what
Like, yeah, this brainwashing of
right.
like, everything we do is for soul, everything we do is, and it's funny because the irony of it is that Mother's whole purpose is to serve, and but she's not human enough to raise a child, quote unquote. And simultaneously, these motherfuckers, their whole purpose is to serve, also serve this unknown god. um and they're not fit to be parents. They're ready to sacrifice everything to leave the children alone, just to
Mm-hmm.
be closer to soul. Like, so it's also this continuous like irony of like, what does it mean to be a mother? What does it mean to be a lover, a caretaker?
Right.
And yeah, and which is one of my favorite questions in science fiction, is like, what is inorganic? uh like, what does it mean to be inorganic but still experience full range of emotions and feelings? um Once again, because it's programmed into them. So
And speaking of programming, just want to shout out our cause that we're supporting tonight. It's called Black Girls Code. I'm dropping a link in the chat in which you can donate. This is an organization that helps Black girls get more into STEM, particularly in computer and technology programming. So if you do feel so inclined, feel free to donate via this link, and you'll get a quick, cool shout out right at the top of the screen. Isn't that cool? I feel like we aren't talking enough about Campion. You know, a young impressionable child who, you know, as soon as he is exposed to religion, goes for it. Let's start praying because nothing else has been working so far.
I mean,
I
the
hate to,
kid's life has sucked. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
Right,
like
life has sucked
yeah.
before. Maybe religion will help.
But it's interesting to see how quickly he's distrusting of Mother too. um like, he's ready to turn his back on her, like,
Right, which is
yeah.
yeah. What was the defining moment for that? You know, was it
Seeing other human kids, I think, and
mm,
being like, You know, it's so hard because he's kind of annoying.
Absolutely.
It's like,
Yeah,
you're
it's just
kind
like-
of annoying.
Damn, y'all are haters. And
He's
I
kind of annoying.
man, I don't know what you're talking about. My boy Campion has been honest with everyone.
No, he's a
and,
sweet
like,
kid. He's just kind of
Mhm.
annoying.
I wouldn't call him annoying. That's my guy right there.
All
Except
right. He's
Okay,
a good
we know who
guy.
wants to have children eventually, but kids are annoying
Oh,
as shit.
oh man. But like, except in episode 2, hey kid, like shut the fuck up and give your mom those eyes. But past that, like past that, I don't think he's that annoying. And later
I think it's
episodes,
just the actor. I think it's the actor for me. I don't think. I
Yeah,
don't
that
even
could
think
be
it's his
it.
actions. I think it's the actor. He's just kind of annoying to me.
and I think in later episodes, my boy proves that he's a real one.
He's a
And,
real one. I like him. I'm not saying I don't. I just he's a good kid. I like him. I know it's fucked up to like say that about a child, but I don't know. I think that yeah, it's like exactly what you said, Kurt. He's impressionable, and so he's ready to like he sees these other kids his age. He wants to like get along with them. They're all fucking religious. Like,
Mhm.
of course he's gonna be interested in how can I get along with these people? Like, I don't want to alienate myself.
my mom just
Yeah.
killed like all of their families. Like, so-
Yeah, my mom just
Yeah.
murdered their entire.
Which is definitely not beyond him. It's not beyond him at all.
Yeah, no, he fully understands. Like once those kids come back, like those kids had to come from somewhere,
Right.
and like like what happened to y'all? Your mom just came in, and I saw my dad literally
blow up.
Yeah.
blown into like fucking paste on the wall,
Literally.
and then she just told
Dr.
us we better
Manhattan
fucking
like
come on.
blows up. Yeah.
Literally, Dr. Manhattan ass. But it's actually kind of fucking beautiful when she kills people. Like, it's so just like, it's like the slow motion, just like.
Yeah.
And it's like they just don't exist anymore. Goodbye. Like, it's crazy. like, I'm like, damn.
Man, but couldn't watch The Boys.
The violence wasn't the issue. The intention behind the violence
Yeah.
was.
It's
Bro.
a completely different vibe too. And I
I'm
think
It's a
this-
different vibe.
I'm joking around.
I know, I
I'm
know.
pulling your leg.
I know.
Yo. About to go
Did you
mother
see in
on
my
me.
I like
Fuck.
on my Instagram post I was like, stay for the affirmations and the arguments. Because we'll do both, you know?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm not the greatest mediator in this bunch.
We all fight and we all
Yeah.
make up.
Yeah, any last thoughts on that? And I don't know, I kind of want to talk about other stuff
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I mean,
Like gaming
it's
stuff
everybody
like
who
that.
hasn't seen it, which seems like a lot of people who haven't. Like, I highly, highly, highly recommend watching it. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's a really brilliant show that is super original and super beautiful and well done and complicated, and it's gonna make you think about things. So, yeah, I would think you should watch it.
Right. It's going to give you the questions and not the answers like Lovecraft Country did. And like, I think we're so amped up about it because this is the first time like we've done this sort of thing where we're watching it piece by piece and actually liking it. Where it's
Yeah.
like, it's not taxing to do the show and talk about how much we like dislike the way that something was executed in the show.
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, point to any sort of mistakes that are going on in the show. I really couldn't tell you. I mean,
It's hard for me, man. Like
Yeah.
everything, even like Rivka was, asking why something was happening yesterday,
Oh
and
yeah.
I straight up just told them like, don't question it, just like trust that this is happening,
yeah.
and like
Which is very
there's not-
religious. Like that's like
Yeah,
that reminds
like-
me of a religious
Yeah.
retreat right there. It's like trust the
Yeah.
process, live the fourth.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
And that's not something I would say for other shows. Even The Boys, there were multiple times where I was like, damn, they gotta explain that better because that shit just don't make sense. But
Mhm.
like, there is such a spiritual aspect to this show
Yeah.
that you have to go in like with a blind trust, and like, if something is giving you a if I mean, pretty much, if the show isn't telling you something,
There's a
like,
reason.
there's a reason. And like, pretty much, if like something is happening, you just have to really just like understand that, like, in time, either it will be like understood, or that like this is just like an everyday, like, or not an everyday thing, but this is just a thing that happened, like,
Yeah.
nothing more than that.
Quick shout out to Joe Stockdale for donating $10 to Black Girls Code. Thank you so much for doing
Yay.
that. You are the
Thank
real
you.
one. Hell yeah.
Thanks, Joe. Yeah, I'm a pretty spiritual person, and like I actually really like that you said that's why it's like the minute you were just like, yeah, just trust it. I was like, all right, like I trust you and I trust this show. Like Kurt, you said, I feel held by it. I do feel held by it. I did not feel held by Lovecraft Country at all. But also, like, that's also it's a different vibe too. So I don't think I should compare.
The
But
wrong one.
Right. Well, this one, it really feels encapsulated by this entire world. The soundtrack, the sound design,
yes,
all of the deaths, all of the
Oh,
action is just like you
God.
went with a theme and you went for it. Where this one was like, okay, we're gonna play with this sort of like historical revisionist sort of thing, add in some sci-fi elements, throw in some like horror elements, do hip hop soundtracks because we are, urban, and like do that shit. But it's just like none of it fit. None of it. It was like it just didn't fit with any of the vibe they're going for.
It
And
just
so
made
for
no
that,
sense.
It made no sense. Yeah.
It made no sense.
And plus, I think the thing is, like, Lovecraft Country just like kept winking, like, at
Yeah.
you, like, or I mean,
So
like,
true.
like, hey,
Mhm.
hey, this is some real this is some real historical shit, right? Like, this is some real woke shit, right?
Mhm.
You like that? Like, yo, like, you like seeing that old lady just burn alive, and
Yeah. Do you
her
like
just watching, like,
really cheesy scenes of people walking through fire?
through fire with the book?
That just doesn't. It did not look good. I was just like, damn, this looks like a Friday night movie on UPN.
Yeah, yeah, man. And so, like, yeah, and I think, Raz, like, there's an honesty to Raised by Wolves,
Mhm.
of something that's just completely bought into itself. And even if everything, like, I know, my partner she has like watched the show with me a little, and like she has laughed at every time Mother turns into the fucking necromancer, and 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 she knows I get fucking annoyed because I'm so bought in at this point that I don't care anymore. And like, I get it, Mother doesn't look that cool, but you know what? She looks cool to me. All right.
She looks
like, uh and also, I remember the first time that I saw Mother turn into the necromancer, I said, wait, does she have dreads? And then, and then I had to like actually look at her, I had to look at her design again, and it was just a helm. I was like, all right, cool, fuck it. I wasn't really gonna be upset anyway. Who the fuck am I kidding?
I know, her little like helmet that looks like it's braids.
Yeah, like,
Right? Yeah.
like, Mother turns really dark and into a killing machine, and she has
I know.
braids. Excuse me. Like, can I speak?
Excuse me.
Can I speak to Ridley Scott real quick? Like, yeah.
Brutally, sir.
Sweet.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that their Raised by Wolves has definitely shown like a vulnerability, and
Mhm.
a honesty that not a lot of shows really do. Like a lot of shows try to like explain themselves at every turn, or like really really aren't taking big jumps like this show has.
Yeah.
And it's just been really refreshing to just be able to watch something and like just be like, all right, this is gonna go somewhere. Like I'm not I'm not setting expectations because they've already been met, and
Mhm.
like I'm I'm enjoying this next 45 minutes or um however long an episode goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. Um, we got about 20 minutes left. I think why don't we go around and talk about some of the projects that we're working on. Rivka, you want to give an update to us on Hooligan Creatives?
So I run a magazine called Hooligan Magazine. And actually, if you saw me getting kind of distracted, I was getting Slack messages about the newsletter that's coming out this weekend. But I'm fully here. I just multitask sometimes, but I'm fully here for full transparency. Not sometimes, literally just today. Okay, yeah, we're putting out a newsletter for this weekend. If you're interested, you should come sign up for it. We have a lot of interesting updates and information about what we do.
Yeah,
We're a
like
magazine, yeah, we're a magazine that celebrates art, authenticity, and ambition. We focus on voices typically silenced in mainstream media. And yeah, our whole purpose is to reinvent the norm by normalizing the alternative. And I started a creative agency called Hooligan Creatives. It's me and my design partner, and we help smaller businesses and businesses rebrand and brand. So we do logo design, business cards, color templates or palettes, and typography if we're building your website or if we're creating a brand strategy together. Yeah, and that's all there. We're in the middle of rebranding the entire website right now, so there's a lot of work going into just like totally uh getting ourselves back back at it. We've been a thing for like 6 years, so we're revamping. Yeah, so that's what I'm working on. um Thank you so much, you guys are so sweet. Yeah. What else am I working on? I don't
You
know,
also
I do
have
other.
this
Yeah.
awesome book club right now, right?
Yeah, I started a Chicago queer abolitionist book club in Chicago, which makes sense. And we are
Tracks, very much tracks.
right. We're currently reading Pleasure Activism by Adrienne Marie Brown, but the last book we read was Asada Shakur's autobiography, and the one prior to that was Black Feminism and the Combahee River Collective, uh, and or How We Get Free: Black Feminism, the Combahee River Collective. Yeah, it's really great. We get together on Zoom and have a few sessions for each book and discuss kind of abolitionist politics and transformative justice through the lens of leftist queers. Um, man, bummer. Dang.
Yeah,
Ah,
everyone should give Shijomi a follow. Anybody who is
yeah.
watching, they are a fantastic and talented artist. I
Oh,
met
hell
them a couple
yeah.
nights ago, and we were talking about um, our experience as being POC and living in sort of like a white-dominated world, and what our relationship is to our own race. But they're going to be doing a lot more streaming as well. They're originally a YouTuber, so they have a lot of YouTube videos under their catalog. But I'm excited to see
Fuck
what's
yeah.
coming from their streams. Um, anything else to add,
Awesome.
Rivka?
No, I'm always working on community work like mutual aid stuff, but other I work within the communities I'm part of, so I don't. Yeah, so I'm just doing that on the side at all times. But right now it's hard because, like, I mean, pre-COVID, I'm a huge event organizer, and I do a lot of like IRL events and like
Mm-hmm.
literary art events and stuff like that, cultural events. but I haven't been able to do that with COVID. So it's part of me has died a little bit, but it's okay. One day we'll be back.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, and this is nice too. So
Yeah, of course.
if
The
yeah,
things that we can do with Twitch streaming and the internet
yeah,
is just evolving every single day. I also put your socials in the chat if anyone wants to follow
thanks.
you. Rivka
Yeah.
is also hilarious.
Oh
Great
my
tweets.
god.
Um,
Oh
amazing
my
content.
god.
So Jomi saying, "Oh my dude, I feel you. I worked in live music marketing, and it's dead."
I'm Frick Playson. So I that's me who said oof, yes.
Tobias, what's going on in your life? What is up?
I mean, if anyone who watches the show regularly knows that I have a very much love and hate relationship with Star Wars. You know, I I am I am a simp when it comes to buying Star Wars merch. Even though I think my love for Star Wars died probably like years back. Tomorrow, The Mandalorian comes back on air, a show that I didn't really care that much for, past like maybe 2 episodes, and of course, I'm gonna be watching it as soon
It's
as it
back?
comes online.
Yeah, well,
uh,
it's another
yeah,
episode by episode sort of show, so you're gonna get one episode every Friday.
Friday, yeah, and so
Dude, I don't know if I could do it. I'm just gonna put it out there.
Do what?
oh no, we're not
Oh, we're
talking about that show on here. No, that's not what I was fucking trying to say. And look, I'm just saying that show I wanted that show to be a little bit darker than what it was, and it ended up being
yeah,
a bit more Disney than what I fucking wanted to be. Once
yeah.
we got to the episode of where uh where the Mandalorian definitely should have killed people, but he instead puts them in cages. I was pretty much like, okay, like I fucking get it,
Yeah.
like Disney gonna Disney, yeah, like like you know, you got me. This is for kids, and I mean, just was like, you
Baby
know,
Yoda.
like sure,
Yeah.
George Lucas's Star Wars was pretty fucking racist, but at least he would kill people.
Yeah.
Um,
I am what I think is really cool about the show is the sort of technology that's built from it and that would probably be used in future movies, like the dome. The idea of like this
My God.
is mind-blowing. I want to be in the dome so bad.
Yeah, dude. That shit seems just dope. Oh man. If any of you guys on stream can Google up like the Mandalorian behind the scenes, like usually we try to avoid racism and killing people in that combo with Star Wars.
We'll give it a little pass. If it's in space, it's not racist. You don't.
look. I mean, how racist could it be? You know, I mean, put in one black guy every 3 movies. Look, I mean, what do you want? Lord, but yeah, so that's coming back. I'm feeling it. I guess. And then also Oscar Isaac this week is gonna be maybe announced as Moon Knight. So
I saw that.
Yeah, so
I want
Disney,
it.
Disney really has me by the balls right now. More than I really want to.
Yeah.
But do something right. Yeah.
Oscar Isaac is good.
Yeah.
Is good. Capital G good.
Yeah, for his sake, I hope he doesn't do it. But for my sake, I'm like, yeah, sure. Maybe submit yourself to another couple years of dealing with Disney when you hated it last time. But yeah, I mean,
he didn't have much to complain about when he was in Star Wars. I didn't hear that much from coming from him.
He kind of was like, yo, like Finn and his character were obviously
Mhm.
gay. Like, why not just like set us up?
He said that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
like
shit.
yeah, like he was not super happy about that, and like also him being turned into like a drug runner in the last movie was kind of like
Yeah.
funny as shit. Uh, uh,
Is
Oscar
spice a
Isaac.
drug?
yo, they said Spice. I mean, called him a spice runner. Like,
Yeah.
and spices are just like, oh my god, like
That's what we
it's
need. That's what we, because I mean, of course, Star Wars is run by Disney. We need like the spice trade in Star Wars, which should have been what Solo was. Like Solo should have been him just like smuggling drugs across like space, and it would have been sick. It would have been Narcos in space.
oh my god, yeah, oh my god, but
That's what
yeah,
we
I mean
need.
that,
Mm,
yeah,
I mean,
but
have you seen The Expanse or read The Expanse?
no,
no.
still have not seen it.
I read a bit of it, but there's some. There
That
you go.
is,
Space, drugs, and
mm, that
so
is
space opera.
Ooh,
that's
love it. Any
that's
sort of
Jeff
space opera?
Bezos's
Yeah.
favorite series.
Who?
Jeff Bezos's favorite series.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah,
haven't watched it. I haven't
he's
watched
fucking
it.
said it before, and it's just
Dude,
like,
those
man,
motherfuckers love science fiction.
dude, like,
Oh, have you seen
like,
that video of Jeff with the robot hands? And he does this perfect Lex Luthor like laugh. He like guffaws. It's like ha 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 ha.
He's literally Lex Luthor, though. Like,
not my Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
dude,
we've
Lex
gotten so
Luthor's
off track.
Like,
Tobias, you are also an artist.
Yeah.
Can you
Oh
tell us a
shit.
little bit
Yeah.
about your
No.
art?
Yeah. No. Yeah. When I'm not complaining about Disney ruining my life. Yeah. No. I do art. I do. I do pretty much anything at this point when it comes to drawing. You know. I've been secretly working on something for myself. As of late, that is very defined by queerness, and um, I'm trying to work a little bit of a punk aesthetic into it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and there's some shit about the military and like um, and what that does to people
Mm-hmm.
that I really have been just kind of developing on my own. But past that, I mean, you can follow me at my Instagram and Twitter, and on my Twitter, you'll see me draw probably too many. I draw a lot of Snake from Metal Gear Solid, so like you'll probably
Nice.
get like tons of those drawings, and also random anime people. So yeah, even though trust me, they don't look that anime. They just
Mhm.
no,
are
Twice is
real.
incredible. Like,
Yeah.
incredible.
And you're working on a collaboration
Thank you.
with someone
We are, yeah.
who's on this
Oh.
show. Oh.
Yeah,
We-
just
yeah, it's
happened to
Riv goes
be-
like, yes, me,
yeah.
that's me, that's me.
It's but it's just I will like what happens is we'll get really into it and then like things will happen and then we'll revisit it again and it
which
just
which is fine. We're both
Yeah.
like super busy. Like
yeah
like both pretty big changes in what our careers are like right
yeah
now.
so but yeah, we're working on a comic and it'll be great, I swear, once it's done eventually.
My projects?
Yeah, your projects, lay it on
yeah.
us.
So when I'm not Twitch streaming, I am a documenter for City Bureau. They pay me to live tweet and take notes of local government meetings, which there's a lot of gossip, a lot of things to dish out. But yeah, I mean, if you want to know what your aldermen are doing in Chicago, doing a whole lot of nothing. But I can give you the proof. I'll give you the tea about what's going on in local government. So you could follow me on Twitter. You could also follow me on Instagram for all of the updates that are going on in this Twitch stream, which pretty much takes up all of my time. This entire week isn't like I did one stream with video games so far this week. Monday and Tuesday, I interviewed two of my friends from college, one from LA, one from New York. They're both comedians, so you can check that out. Both named Megan, too, funny enough. On Saturday, I just got 3 acts confirmed for cover bands night, so we're going to do a spooky Halloween stream where 3 of my friends are going to play some covers. There's going to be some Animal Crossing covers. There's going to be variety covers. There's also going to be a cool instrumental for my dude, Tim Steinman, who runs a really prolific Bandcamp page. And then we're doing a really cool art studio on Sunday, and I'm opening that up to anybody who wants to join me. Basically, come on stream, join video chat, and just show us what you're working with. I'm going to be doing some pastels. I'm going to be working with pastels. But yeah, I like playing games. I just got Game Pass, which is insane. Rivka, we got to get you in some games. Yeah, dude. Oh, man. I was playing Minecraft Dungeons last night on stream, and it was terrific. I love that. I'm also on Sea of Thieves. I played that today earlier with Connor the Miller. Thanks for letting me join, Connor. No Man's Sky. Oh, the world of multiplayer gaming is just getting to me, man. Like, Phasmophobia, No Man's Sky, Sea of Thieves. It's just like I'm loving it. This is a completely new world for me. I was always ambivalent about getting into multiplayer gameplay because I never considered myself a very good player, and I always thought like, oh, someone's gonna boot me from the squad. They'd be like, this guy either has like really bad Wi-Fi or he's just a really shitty player. But then you got fun games like Rocket League, and it's just all inconsequential. So that's my thing. And we got about 4 minutes left, which gives us enough time to do our Rosebud and Thorn that we call Robin, Ivy, Bane. What is something that's beautiful in your life? That's your Robin. What is something that's growing? That's your Ivy. And what is something that is a thorn or is a bad thing in your life? We'll call that a Bane. Bane of your existence kind of works like that. You know. So, who wants to take the reins first?
First, Kurt.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I'll go first. Okay. The Bane. I just wanted to check out the chat. Plays Animal Crossing, and that's about it. Playing RL right now. What's RL? What did I say? Oh, Rocket League. There you go. I love it. This chat's moving. Y'all are gonna get me to that affiliate status, no problem, man. We're so close too. I'm at 2.15. We're so close, and tonight definitely helped. The Bane, I have it right over here. This is the motherboard for my external hard drive that has a power supply. I short-circuited it, so I gotta fix that shit. I took out everything on my hard drive, and I realized that you can connect a new circuit board to it. So I'm hoping that the hard drive isn't destroyed, and I can just add a new. Yeah.
You should have talked to me.
Yeah.
You should have talked. It's literally my job, Kurt.
Yeah.
Well, Tobias.
Yeah, so I bought a new circuit board for this thing for $30 on eBay. It's coming in the mail. I'm gonna reconnect it and see if that works. If it doesn't, then I'll talk to you, Tobias. I'm trying to do this like whole thing, like just figure out things on my own sort of thing.
Could have did it for cheaper, my guy.
There you go. So it is the Bane, but it's also the Ivy because I'm just becoming a little bit more adept at technological issues, and I'm just hoping to get better at it. I even had I was thinking about buying this TV last night where the bulb broke out. It was a really cool flat screen. The guy wanted to give it for me for $20, but then I was like, oh, the bulb is like $100. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Don't go into shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me tell you. Been there.
And what is the Robin? The Robin is, I've met so many cool people Twitch streaming. And I've also reconnected with a lot of friends Twitch streaming. I've had amazing conversations. Like shout out to Tesla for just like creating a really cool space on their stream for me to come and hang out. Um, and yeah, I'm just really excited about where this is gonna go. I'm in for streaming for the long haul because this, as much as it's not paying any bills right now. It's just like this is a hobby, but it's also like my lifeline for sanity because I feel like logging in and playing games, hanging out with real peeps. And this isn't an act. Like this isn't me when I'm performing. Like this is us when we're like talking to each other and chilling. Like so this is the real me. And so maybe you might get a
The
really
real deal.
yeah, you might get like an emotional experience on my stream too. You might get me crying. Like I'm going to be playing Spiritfarer sometime soon. Maybe you'll see me weeping on that.
You
So,
sit in simulation games. Look no further. Just watch Kurt Santana's live stream, and you can see everything you need that you would get in a simulation game right in front of you.
that's what it is.
That's that's my marketing pitch.
And with that, you're up, Rivka.
Let's see. Bane, everything fucking sucks. You know, COVID cases be rising.
Mhm.
People are terrible things are happening at all times. Continues to suck. Blah 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 blah.
Gyms be charging you, you know.
Oh,
Who's
yeah,
the
let's
what?
talk about the gym fees.
Gyms are charging. I canceled my membership, but they still charged me $40 fucking for October. I was like, what the shit? Like, you didn't even tell me that was gonna happen.
Yo.
Man, gyms are charging all of a sudden. I'm like, we're going back on lockdown. Can you uncharge? COVID cases ain't pretty happy to not hit you. Yeah. They going up. Pretty scary. But also like that's just the life we're living now, and it's just gotta adapt.
Oh my god.
What?
We have another donation. A scanner, Isaac, $10. Oh, thank you so much for that. I'm going to keep this campaign rolling for the next week until our next episode of Nerd Gaze because I got a good chance that I got some people who are willing to donate. You guys have been blowing my minds tonight. This is awesome.
It's because we wrote Borat it's because they came for Borat.
They came for Borat.
They came for Borat and they stayed for the other shit. What the hell am I saying? Okay, so poison ivy, what's growing? Yeah, I'm excited to continue contributing to the projects I'm part of. I'm part of a lot of stuff right now and doing the work that I do. It's my passion. Community work is my passion. And yeah, just maintaining that. And a Robin. Honestly, Raised by Wolves is my Robin right now. I'm just really it's really a thrill, like for people who like are big media nerds, like it's really a thrill to have a show or like a piece of media that you can like, genuinely enjoy and have, like a really intense, beautiful experience with. So I haven't had that in a while, so it's been nice. Aw.
Yeah, that's real sweet,
Hell
John.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, good people around Kurt. Glad you stayed and you watched.
Tobias, you ready?
Yeah. Let's see. My Bane. There was the killing of Walter Wallace.
Yeah.
That happened in Philly. Just on, I believe, Monday.
Yeah.
That shit has been that shit has fucking sucked. It's fucking horrible. And seeing how media hasn't even really covered it, has been really disheartening. Because it's Philly.
Yeah.
That people just are like, who gives a shit? And
Yeah.
there just needs to be change, especially with like Philly and shit. Like it goes back to the Philly move bombings, and it's just fucking disgusting. how you see people treated, and how even when someone is begging for you not to do something, begging for there to be a other way, that
Yeah,
that you resort to fucking
a
fear.
mother.
Yep. Um, you know, there. I mean, there were so many other ways to go about that situation when they were not they were not in danger yet. Um, I know he's not going to receive justice. Um, but like there definitely needs to be change. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what's been hanging on me all week. Um, in terms of that, I mean, other than election bullshit, but whatever. Um, but like even that, like with whatever candidate that we get, shit like this isn't gonna change. Like
Yeah.
this, you know,
Mhm.
uh, we need to go into our communities and we need to get get out the I mean people that are, especially with the racist ass Philly PD, get out a lot of these racist cops and cowardly police officers. Um,
Amen.
but uh, past that, what's something that has been a poison ivy that's growing? I mean, again, just my job. Like my job is something that's growing, and I'm just really being like I'm constantly happy that like I've found like a good like mentor and found a job that actually makes me feel like I want to continue to do something, even if it's not in art. I never, I really, for most of my life, never thought I would do a job other than art, but something like this has actually given me more space and more like mental capacity to do
And what
art.
do you do, Tobias?
Uh, I do IT. um, I'm pretty much a IT support assistant. And that means I help out a lot of people fix their computer issues and fix our systems. Um, and that means that sometimes I stay up till about 2 in the morning just to restart a server, and then
Mm.
I don't and then I fucking wake back up at like 8 a.m. I check my email and then I go back to bed until 10, and then I say, hey, actually I'm now working. I don't actually have a job schedule unless someone really asks for something. It's fucking wild. And even then, like it's a privilege for me to mostly work from home. So I understand that that's a really big privilege, and I'm really blessed to be able to, I mean, do that, because I know a lot of people right now aren't able to, and a lot of people don't even have a job. I know before this job, I had just pretty much got furloughed and lost mine for a couple of months. So
Hmm.
just
Yeah.
want to put out to the people listening, like if you're going through, not having a job or something being rough right now, I hope that this passes soon. Um, and then Robin, something that's good. Um, shit, man. Wawa eggnog came back, and like that shit's great. Like yo, I know my girlfriend's watching or was watching the stream, and she could probably hear me right now talking about Wawa eggnog, and that shit hits. So thank God for that. That shit powers me through the next 3 months. Just that alone. um, yeah. Shit. I remember back when I lived in Boston. I, my parents, my dad would buy me like 3 or 4 half gallons
Wow.
of eggnog
Whoa.
for me to
Oh,
go back to Boston with. Put like maybe one in my freezer because the rest are gonna be gone in like like at the end of like a week or two. So
You
yeah.
love the eggnog.
Oh yo, I think I gained like a good like 5 or 10 pounds one
From the
winter.
eggnog.
Like, cause I mean, there was one winter where like I could not get to the Wawa eggnog yet, cause they don't have it up in Boston. So I kept trying out different eggnogs to find one that was even like eerily similar. And so my roommate would like find me just like chugging eggnog, just like
Just
what
like
the which
a
one is it?
madman. Like it dripping down your face. You're like, oh.
uh, yo, shout out. And are you going to Mass Art, Joe?
What's mass art?
And Mass Art is
University.
yeah, Mass Art's a college down there, and it's a college that a lot of like artists go to in around the area. Oh, dope. And I mean, I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter where you go to. I just had a lot of friends in Mass Art, and but Boston is a place I miss a lot, and a lot of my friends are over there. So
It's funny. I
Oh.
think Joe is over in Somerville, and Somerville is just like popping up, and everybody's like, on almost every social network I'm seeing, people are either like traveling to Somerville. I got friends who live in Somerville. Joe, I might
dude,
have a socially distanced event you can attend over in Somerville if you're willing to go outside.
yeah, Somerville and Cambridge, bro.
Mm.
Like those are the two places that just like are popular as shit over there. It's it's cool. I miss that place, and
Yeah.
I and yo, our school
Mm.
is overpriced as shit and crushes your soul. That's definitely true.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened to me. I burned out
Yeah.
when I burned out in like a year.
And it also misplaces confidence in a lot of other people that
Oh
have
my
like way more
God,
confidence that
dude.
they should. You know, just like
Yeah.
Oh my
all of
God,
the
dude.
straight cis white men at my school who would just like burn their canvases and get into every single art studio like show.
Ugh.
It's just like whatever, man. Oh
Yeah,
man,
my fingers
this is
insane about
great.
that.
This was a night of firsts. This is the first raid we had, which was fantastic. 13 viewers. I'm sorry that we have to end it at a certain point, but just get ready for a even crazier episode next week. It's gonna be post-election night. We're gonna talk about Raised by Wolves, so you know that that's gonna be in store. We'll try to figure,
God, dude.
try to fit in something else other than that.
Bro.
But just
Yo.
expect a lot
Let's
of
talk
screaming.
about rom-coms next week.
We'll talk. Oh, let's talk about rom-coms next week.
Or political
Yeah.
movies.
Or
What?
Oh, political movies. I like that.
depending on what happens,
Yeah,
you are
depending.
either-
Okay.
look, I'm just saying, and maybe this shows who I am. If Donald Trump wins, I'm going to be my most manic energy self you'll ever meet, because there's no way that I can just go through the rest of the week depressed as shit. if Biden wins, I don't really give a shit. But yo, but Lord, I can't believe I put in my vote for that guy. But fuck, yep, that's where we're at.
almost put my marker through the paper when I was filling in that bubble. Fuck this shit.
Fuck, man, are you kidding me?
All right. Any final words? Any moments of zen? I think we're good. If anybody's interested, I have a Discord server that I set up. If anybody wants to play any sort of multiplayer games with me, just whisper me that you want to play with me, and I'll send you the link over to the Discord. I'd love for you all to join me and for us to play multiplayer games. I got some really cool stuff that we can be doing some collaborations with. But this has been so much fun. Thank you so much. I'll leave you with some music that my friend Zach made specifically for my show. Let's say goodnight to everybody, guys.
Night. Bye.
Okay.
Great call. Have a good night, dude.
You too.
Words and the words in my head swallow the curves. Can't stomach it. What's on your mind? Read it like braille when I touch your skin. What's on your mind again? Eat me alive. Couldn't taste worse than the words in my head. Swallow the curves. Can't stomach it. I'm just a